Welcome to our 5 on 5. Pleased to have Lieutenant Bob Hansen from the Medford Police Department in. Bob, thanks for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me here.
All right, so we got a new year and some new changes in regards to cell phone usage while driving. Can you break that down for us a bit?
We do. You know, first of all, I want to say that texting and emailing while driving, absolutely illegal for anybody. Doesn't matter how old, whether you got hands-free devices.
Still illegal, yeah.
You can't do it. That's really, really a dangerous situation. But as to hands-free devices, there used to be some exceptions for people employment-related. Well, they got rid of those exceptions now.
Good to know.
So that people that, say, are delivering pizzas or taxi cab drivers, UPS drivers, sometimes we get real estate agents would say, well, I'm driving my car as part of my job. They can no longer be covered by that. They have to be using a hands-free unit if they're going to be driving a vehicle and talking on the cell phone. It really covers everyone. There's only a few exceptions. Those are roadside assistance, such as a tow truck driver while he's doing tow truck business, utility vehicles that are working or maintaining utilities, and also police officers are exempt. Our department in particular, we provide hands-free units for our officers because we just feel it's a safe situation. You know, much safer to be using hands-free. And when we say hands-free, that means totally hands-free, not just holding up your phone on the speaker. That's not hands-free if it's still in your hands. You know, it's either one of the earbuds or something, you know, that's on the dashboard. So you can keep both hands on the steering wheel, use your turn signals and such.
News reporters going to have to make some changes.
They're going to have to make some changes also. That's correct.
You know, to spread the word.
It's really the safest way, too. You know, I mean, the safest thing is don't talk on the cell phone while you're driving. Pull over to the side of the road if you have to, find a legal place to park, talk on it, or just call the person back later when you can get to a safe area where you can park, and then put your full concentration to your phone call. Yeah,
and some changes in the fines that are being doled out for this as well?
There are. There's some changes all the way across the board on most traffic violations. They're being reduced about $30. It used to be for using this not using a hands-free unit. It was $142. Now it's been dropped down to $110. Other traffic violations have also been reduced, depending on what they are, right around $30 a piece. They've changed it now. The wording, it's not a fine, it's a presumptive fine because the courts do have some leeway as to how much of that they're actually going to charge you. And if you get a ticket involved with an accident, there's no longer an enhancement, an increase in that amount. So it's just that same amount. But now your violations that are happening in school zones, construction zones, those are now true double the fine. Before it wasn't quite double, now they've been bumped up. And DUIs, that has gone up. There are a few that have increased, but most traffic citations are reduced about $30.
Interesting. All right, well, I want to talk to you about some other changes coming into this new year, but first we're going to take a quick break. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Medford Police Department Lieutenant Bob Hansen. Some changes in the interlock device. Tell us about that.
That's correct. The ignition interlock devices are now a requirement for anyone that's been arrested for DUI. They will have to have that installed on their vehicle. Now, this is not only people that have been convicted of it, or people that have said, well, okay, I'm going to go diversion. They didn't have to do that before. Now they're going to have to put this on their vehicle. And what that does is it requires the driver to blow into the machine for the vehicle to be able to be started. Now, if they try and have somebody else blow into it and they're driving, that is against the law. Okay, they can be arrested for that situation. But to have these interlock devices, the whole purpose behind it is to get rid of the repeat offenders. You know, if you had one DUI, they want to try and keep you from having another one, try and, mend your ways. But it's going to be expensive for them because, one, it's going to cost them about $75 to have it installed, and then about $50 to $75 per month to have it maintained and to have it checked. And if there's any kind of problems with it or you try to interfere with the system, that's logged into the machine and law enforcement will find out.
And what about people who were convicted in 2009 and 2010? Are they still under these laws, or is it once they're convicted this new year?
No, it's just this new year, the new year coming up.
Okay. All right, I want to talk about motorcycle training. Some new laws in effect. People who drive motorcycles.
That's true. Actually, it's a little bit of it's not a new law. It's been there for about 2 years, but effective this year as of January 1st, anyone 40 years of age or less has to go through the Team Oregon motorcycle safety class in order to get their motorcycle endorsement. If they're brand new to motorcycling, they have to go through this training. Now, next year, in 2013, it will be anyone 50 or under. Up until the point we get to 2015, then everyone will have to have gone through that course to get your motorcycle endorsement. Real good idea. It's a good program. It's going to make you a much safer motorcycle rider and be aware of what's going on out there.
Yeah, and all these changes to these new laws coming in this year, is there somewhere where people can kind of brush up on these so they know what the changes are?
You can go to a lot of the motor vehicle laws, going to the Oregon Department of Motor Vehicle website. You can also look at the Oregon legislative changes, the bills and laws in the 2011 website that they do have up. And, you know, sometimes they're a little bit difficult to read, but, you know, give it a try. If you have some real questions, call the police department. We'd be more than happy to try and find the answer for you.
Yeah, all right. Bob, it's a pleasure seeing you again.
Thank you.
30 years with Medford PD, retiring next week. Thank you so much for all your help over the years.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.